Hello everyone and welcome back to Coding with Moody. Today we're going to be making a scratch game, a rather classical one known as the ball game. Now coming to the game, the first thing we need to do is to remove the one sprite we have, sprite 1. So let's first of all remove it, and then the second thing we have to do is get the backdrop. So we're going to choose a backdrop. I liked this nebula one, so let's go with nebula. Now we have the backdrop. Now the next and main thing of this game is the tennis ball. So let's get the ball. You can choose any ball, but I'm going with the tennis ball. So now we have the tennis ball too. Now the main coding starts from here, so let's go on with it. So now the first thing we need to do is to make the ball move itself. So we need the forever loop, and then we need move 15 steps. Now the ball will move forever, but as you can see, when the ball reaches the edge, instead of bouncing off, it just gets stuck over there. So to change this, we're going to take the if on edge bounce and put it on the forever loop. Now you can see that the ball is constantly moving from left to right. After this, we will go in the motion section and we'll take the point in direction. We can make that 45. Now we need to set a position that the ball will start when we click the green flag. So let's take 0, that means the middle, and then let's just do some random 123. Let's see. Yes, okay, so that is good, I think. Now we can see that the ball is moving here, there, and that is exactly what we need for the next step. Now comes the second part of the game where we need the paddle. And so the paddle should move with our mouse, where if our mouse goes left, the paddle will go left, and if our mouse goes right, the paddle will also go right. To do that, first of all, we'll need when green flag clicked, let's set to Y, set to Y to 1. Let's see. Okay, so let's set it to -104, and then we need a forever loop. And a set X to block. This is the main code of this paddle, which makes it follow our mouse. Now you can see that if our mouse goes left, the paddle also goes left, but if our mouse goes right, the paddle also goes right. Now of course this game won't be fun and it won't even work if we finish it right over here and let the ball go through the paddle. So what we need to do now is to make the ball bounce off the paddle. For that, we need to go in the tennis ball sprite and then in the control area and take the if this then block, go in sensing, take the touching paddle one. Now this means that whenever the ball will touch the paddle, then the following code will execute. So whenever the ball touches the paddle, the ball should turn by 180 degrees. This means that the ball doesn't just keep going the same direction, rather it switches its direction. Now look at this. See that? That is exactly what we want. Now comes the last sprite of this game, which is the line. And this will be a red line to stop the ball whenever it touches this line. Now the first thing we need to do in this is, of course, when clicked, and then move to go to x will be 0, and then let's first stop this, and let's make it 180. Okay, now you can see that everything is set. So for the last bits of coding, you will need to go in the tennis ball to code that if the ball touches this line, then it will stop. So let's go in the ball. Let's take if block, if touch line, then, and now I want to add some effects to the game itself. So I want to make a game whenever the ball touches the red line, the ball will slowly disappear. So for that we need to go in looks and change ghost effect by 5, and then we need to repeat this 20 times because 20 multiplied by 5 is 100. And 100 ghost effect means that it's completely disappeared. So now you see that? That looks amazing. What I want to add in this game is score. So whenever the ball touches the green paddle, I want to add 1 point to the score. For that, we will need to make a variable. We can name this variable score, and okay, and now we have officially made a score variable. Now in the start, when clicked, we need to set score to 0 so that if the score, when you're playing, if the score gets like 15 and you lose, the game finishes, and when you start it again, the score doesn't stay 15, it comes back to 0. So now to add 1 point every time the ball touches the paddle, we need to look at this area. If touching paddle, then turn 180 degrees. If touching paddle, then turn 180 degrees, but at the same time also change score by 1. So this is the final result. Now you can modify the game a bit by changing the speed of the game. How do you change it? Well, it's easy just by changing how many steps it will move in the forever block. If I do 25, then it'll be really fast and I might not be able to do it. But if I do 5, it'll be really slow and that is not fun. So I think the average speed that you should keep is 15, but you can change it. Now the last and final thing before this game is completely done is to stop all sprites when the ball touches the red ball, or else we'll just be able to do this non-stop. So first of all, at the end over here, we will be putting hide. So if touching line, then hide. This means that whenever the ball touches the red line, it hides. And of course, when we add this hide block, we also need to the show block in the start, or else the next time I do it, it's still hiding. So let's also put the show block at the start, right over here. Now you can see perfect. And then we need to do but wait 0.1 seconds. So we'll take the wait block and put it right over here. Wait 0.1 seconds, then hide, and also at the same time stop all. And this means that everything will eventually stop. Now we have finally made our ball game, and it looks like this.